When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On the counter, Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second down, Ford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Ford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go. Do it.
Lane. 54. 368.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Here we
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Back to throw. Ford. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Andy Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A first down carry by Elliott. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
It's now 3rd down. 54 is Mike. Check. Last 7, 54. He's tired of you. He's tired of us. Mike,
To throw on 3rd down. Ford. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Ford. His throw incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Come on,
Throwing again. Ford. Caught by Wilson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. No score after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7th. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Tight zone. Tight go. 49, check 49.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Let him know, let him know.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Mike. 54. Wild Bill.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Ford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
To throw again. Ford. And his throw here's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. 3rd down here.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
From the gun, Ford. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for our offense.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Ford. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go one more.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 21. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Ford. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10.
2 minutes on the clock. 2nd quarter. 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, fellas.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st down, Ford. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Looking to throw. Ford. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check.
Back to throw. Ford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 29-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Dalton off play action. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Watch the pass.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Break. 54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Dalton here from the gun. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Hands up. Lead. Right there in the middle. 55. Oh, here we go. Oh. Yeah, fight this. 55.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on second down. Ford. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they work this out past the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Throwing on first down. Ford. This to Jarwin. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down.
Ready? 56 flag. 56 set. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Ford. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 24. Check 24.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 41, Dalton. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on 2nd down. Ford. Got an open man to tight end Jarwin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ford. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check 31, check 31. 36, 36. Watch twins, watch twins.
Off the play fake. Ford. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Schultz. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Ford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cedric Wilson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Nice hit, boy. On the ready. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 3. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Niners' 23-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Check back.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively?
Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Dallas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.